Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Craftsman 150 Championship Weekend is here. Whew, what a season it has been. So, this year on our picks, I am 10-12 in the Truck Series. Not great, not horrible. The fact that it is harder these days to pick winners because there are so many great trucks, that's a good thing. I want to be wrong because that means it's not predictable. That means when you look at see who runs well at certain tracks, somebody steps up and runs better. So I absolutely love that. 150 miles, 150 laps around Phoenix, 3 stages, 45, 45, and 60. Fuel window, 72 to 75, 5 sets of tires. So what that means is each stage fuel, you can go a whole stage. That third stage, you might have a pit stop in the middle of it. Depends on how the teams want to do it. If there's cautions or something. But it's just straightforward. Pit the end of the stage, get out there and run for it. So 1 year ago, we did finish the finale was here at Phoenix as well. Zane Smith won stage 1, followed by Corey Heim, Stuart Friesen, John Hunter, Matt Crafton. Zane Smith won stage 2, followed by John Hunter, Chandler Smith, Corey Heim, Ty Majeski. If you remember last year, we had Zane Smith, Ben Rhodes, Chandler Smith, and Ty Majeski running for the championship. They finished 1, 2, 3. Zane Smith, Ben Rhodes, Chandler Smith, and then John Hunter was 4th, followed by Stuart Friesen, Grant Enfinger, Corey Heim, Tanner Gray, Caden Honeycutt, and Carson Host so far, and Ty Majeski was 20th. Whew. Excited about this race, excited about the weekend. So if you look at similar tracks to Phoenix, which would be Richmond and New Hampshire, Truck Series is a race in New Hampshire. So Richmond and Phoenix over the last 2 years. Zane Smith, 2.3 average finish and a win. This is in 3 races. Corey Heim, 5.3. He's the leading championship contender. Tyler Ankrum, 8.5 and a win. Grant Enfinger, 8.7. Ben Rhodes, 9.2. Kristen Eckes, 10.1. Carson Host so far, 16.5 and a win. Matt Crafton, 11.2. And Ty Majeski, 14.0. If you look at just the last 3 races at Phoenix, Zane Smith, 2.7 and a win. Now remember, you don't have to win the race to win the championship. It's just of those 4 drivers, Corey Heim, Carson Host, Ben Rhodes, Grant Enfinger, of those 4, whoever finishes the highest, they are the champion. Now, 3 of the 6 seasons, they had to win the race. In the Cup Series, every year they've had to win the race. Now, when I talk about these playoffs, I'm talking about the last 6 seasons, so 2017 to current, because that is exactly what we have now. The elimination, stage racing, and everything. So those last 3 Phoenix races, Zane Smith, 2.7 and a win. Ben Rhodes, 4.0. Stuart Friesen, 4.3. Corey Heim, 1 race, finished 7th. Grant Enfinger, 10.7. Tyler Ankrum, 12.0. Matt Crafton, 12.7. Kristen Eckes, 13.3. And then Carson Hocevar, 17.0. Now, this is where we normally talk about points. So we're going to talk about the championship a little bit here. So in the last 6 seasons, 3 times the winner of the race won the championship. 2018, 2020, and 2022. So the even years, this is not an even year. The champion has always finished in the top 3. So there's people out there that say, well, so if the championship 4 finished 30th, 31, 32, 33, they're still champion. True, but in the 6 seasons since 2017, the champion has finished no less than 3rd in the race. 3 times the champion has won the race, twice second, once third. Only once has the champion went back-to-back at the end of the year. So in 2018, Brett Moffitt won the last 2 races of the year. We know Carson Hocevar won the last race. So that stat can still come true again, but it's not done a lot. Drivers have finished top 5 in the last 2 races, 2022, 2020, 2018. That's in 10 this has happened. Now, if you look at the current points, So that has happened now 4 times. We've had drivers finish in the top 2 or top 5 in the last 2 races. So you look at the current standings. Let's pull up the Xfinity Series. Let's pull up Truck Series here. So Corey Heim was 3rd last week. Carson Safar 1. Ben Rhodes 2nd. Grant Enfinger was 4th. So that stat is going to continue once again, because more than likely one of those drivers will be in the top 5 in this race to win the championship. Now, if you look at the last 6 champions, Seabell had 5 wins, did not win the finale. Brett Moffitt had 6 wins, including winning the finale. In 2019 was the oddball year where Matt Craftsman had no wins, which, hey, I'm fine with. 2020, Sheldon Creed had 5 wins, including the finale. Right now, Carson Osafar has 4. If he wins the finale, they'd give him 5. In 2021, Ben Rhodes had 2 wins. There's actually nobody with 2 wins right now. And then last year, Zane Smith won his 4th with the finale, which would be either Corey Heim or Grant Enfinger would win their 4th with the finale. So Corey Heim got 3 wins on the season. Carson Osafar 4 wins. Ben Rhodes 1 win. Grant Enfinger 3 wins. Those are your 4 championship contenders. Now, if you look at, I know there's been a lot of thing about non-playoff points. Before I get into this, personally, I like the playoffs. Personally, I like the fact that we have elimination. Personally, I like the fact it's one race take all. Here's the thing. Prior to the playoffs, when you went to the last race, it was always one race to take all. Because there's always drivers, not every single year, but the vast majority of the time, you had multiple drivers that were mathematically points available to win. I'm going to use an example of 1992 NASCAR Cup Series. Alan Kulwicki was 3rd in points going into that race. Davey Allison, well, you know what? Let's pull that up and take a look at that. All right, so that Cup Series race, the Atlanta Journal 500 1992 finale. Going into the finale, it was Davey Allison, Alan Kulwicki minus 30, Bill Elliott minus 40, Harry Gant minus 97, Kyle Petty minus 98, Mark Martin minus 113. All of them mathematically, because you can get 180 points back then, if you remember from winning the race, the most laps led and all that. So you had mathematically 6 drivers able to win. Alan Kulwicki had a 30-point deficit, Bill Elliott minus 40 going into the finale. After the finale, the champion was Alan Kulwicki, plus 10 over Bill Elliott. So Alan gained 30 points on Davey, and Davey was minus 63 in 3rd. And then you had Harry Gant in 4th, Kyle Petty 5th, and Mark Martin 6th. So Davey went into that race plus 30. So he just had to score 30 more points than Alan Kulwicki. Back then, if you remember, for you fans that are old enough, 30 points, you had 4 points per position up until 15th, I think it was, 12th in the neighborhood, and it was 3 points. So 10 positions at least above Alan, and Davey would have won the championship. So the winner of whoever had more points leaving Atlanta that day was your champion. So the leader going in had trouble. Main straightaway, start-finish line, had a spin coming off of 4. He got into a crash with Ernie Irvin. I think Harry Gant was in that and some other people. I think Kyle Petty was in there as well. It knocked Davey out for the day. Davey's day was done. It came down to Bill Elliott and Alan Kulwicki. It was a winner-take-all race. Whoever had the most points when that race was over was your champion. So we've done this winner-take-all style forever. It's always been that way. If you look at the Super Bowl, winner-take-all. If you look at every single clinching game of a division in baseball, NBA, etc. series, there is always that game, winner-take-all. Every Game 7, whoever wins it, no matter what's happened in the first 6 games, winner take all. The 1985 World Series, Kansas City Royals, St. Louis Cardinals. St. Louis was up 3-1. They lost Game 5. Game 6 was the umpire game. Don Dinkinger. If you follow baseball, you know that call. He blew a call at first base, or blew a call. The runner ended up scoring the winning run. Kansas City won, tied it up, and then Kansas City went on to win Game 7. We've always had those Game 7 moments in NASCAR. For those people that like what would happen if we didn't have playoffs? So what would happen if something didn't happen that actually happened that didn't happen? Corey Heim would be champion. He has 137 points over Grant Enfinger, so that's 2 races. 60 points a race. Carson Ocefar, Chris Sinakis, Ben Rhodes, Zane Smith, Ty Majeski, Nick Sanchez. Now, in the since stage racing in the elimination playoff format in 2017. In 2017, Bell won. He was leading the 9 points. In 2018, Brett Moffitt won. He was 5th in the 9 points. 2019, Matt Crafton won championship. He was 4th in 9 points in non-playoff standings. 2020, Creed was 3rd. 2021, Ben Rhodes was 2nd. And then last year, Zane Smith was 1st. No driver who was below 8th in the non-playoff points made the Final Four. So, what I'm getting at, you don't have the random that some people think it is. It's not like you can, in the truck series, there's 23 races. You win a regular season race, you win 2 rounds of the playoffs, that's 3 wins and 19 DNFs, and you can go win a championship. It doesn't happen. It's not random. You've got to be at least in the top 8. Playoffs is 10. Nobody outside the top 8 has ever made a championship 4. Period. So, I'm sorry, there's one time there was 11. In 2019, Ross Chastain was 11th. My bad. So one person made the Final Four that was below 8th in regular season point, in the 8th in points. So it happens, yes, but it's not random. It's not like somebody was 20th in points, they won a race, they made the playoffs, and they became champion. No, it doesn't happen that way. So my 4 picks to win the race: Corey Heim, Zane Smith, Ben Rhodes, Grant Enfinger. My championship picks. I'm going to do what some people talk about, at least on NASCAR radio. I'm going to do a head pick and a heart pick. My head pick, numbers and everything, say Corey Heim. I think he's going to win the race, win the championship. My heart pick, Carson Ocefar. And I do that because at Gateway, back in June, I got to meet Carson Ocefar. After Cup Series practice on Saturday morning in qualifying, he's walking back to the garage area. I got a picture with him. Got to meet him. My buddy Carson. The fact that he's making his Cup Series debut right then, and I got to meet him in his Xfinity uniform. And, I was a fan of his before that anyway, but a bigger fan now. And he's got a chance. It's like, man, it'd be cool if I was like, hey, I met the champion before he was champion. So the head pick is Corey Heim. Heart pick is Carson Ocefar for the championship. Race picks, Corey Heim, Zane Smith, Ben Rhodes, Grant Enfinger. Stay tuned for the NASCAR Xfinity and Cup Series playoff championship race preview. Get that all up, and then the off season. Ladies and gentlemen, the plan is, the goal, the goal. What I want to do, 2 videos a day for 104 days. Countdown videos, and then profile NASCAR's greatest 75 drivers, along with champions of Xfinity, Truck, and Cup. That's the plan. 104 days in the off season, 208 videos of NASCAR only. That's the goal. That's the plan. We're going to see if we can make that happen. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader, sports content.